Welcome to Grab Reload. I'm Anthony, and I'm going to have another update on this Microsoft Activision deal. I didn't want to keep doing this AMD Microsoft videos, but I was actually going to put it down until I heard more from the FTC. But this is starting to get kind of weird here. Uh, let's jump over, and I've been looking at WCCF Tech, and as long as I got these all in the right kind of order, or close enough, let's jump over here. But Microsoft is calling for the UK's Prime Minister to start looking hard at the CMA after following rulings. As I look more of this, at first they weren't looking so much at the differences of how Microsoft was, going to compete in the cloud market. They were looking at, console and gaming in general. Now they're looking at the cloud market. I don't know if they were just, walking through and just deciding to pick something to try to block the deal. You know, I I probably would have had more respect for them if they just said, "Yeah, we're blocking the deal. It's too much of a monopoly. You having too many game studios underneath one house is not there, and you haven't shown in the past to develop games at a good enough pace to show that you are not a monopoly in this area." Rather than if they said something like that, I'd have more respect for them. Now that I keep looking in the last couple of days, and was like, "What were you doing?" Um, I would agree with your monopoly thing about them doing all the game stuff, right? But here it is, like and I'll post these links in the description so you guys can do it. Um, this is just going really weird. So Microsoft's calling on the UK Prime Minister to look at them. And remember in my last video, I kind of mentioned, they were pointing out that this might be a problem for the UK to attract technical or tech companies and tech talent, all that fun stuff. I mean, that's a big thing, right? You need to attract tech talent, uh, not that I'm going to move anywhere, but I'm tech talent that you're trying to attract, right? You're trying to get people to not just work on stuff there, but also invest. Both sides of the coin here, and so Activision on the CMA's ruling is far from the final word. And now the deal's unlikely to close in 2023. This is just getting ridiculous on how it's going to start dragging out. Like, let's let's start putting like a time limit on these. If it's 2023, that's going to be, I guess, 2 years. But yeah, it's going crazy, and this is, the appeals process here, and you know, you have two companies like Microsoft calling for the UK Prime Minister. That's pretty petty. Well, you had Sony doing their stuff, saying 10 years isn't good enough for a Call of Duty deal. Pretty petty, right? This is kind of Nvidia goes, yeah, we'll sign up for a 10-year deal. I think was a good faith gesture here, but if you're just going to deny it, say it's for monopoly reasons or something else, or mono, you know monopolistic practices, something like that, instead of just the cloud part. You're starting to make me question if you guys even know what cloud gaming is. I, Governments haven't been great at being able to pick up on technology at all. Um, but now we have the UK's tech scene is alarmed by the Activision Blizzard Microsoft deal blocked from the CMA. The United Kingdom consumer electronics market has recently made the decision to block it. Yep. And so it's reported by the Financial Times that the block CMA was assigned the country's status as a European leader tech hub was slipping. That's not good. This is right now where, there's been a lot of companies that going to the UK for their tech reasons. Now, are you going to start moving that investment to another company? Something I don't think the UK wants. I bet the UK very much appreciates all this investment. Something I didn't think about, but as this county goes on, I've been, digesting, thinking about this a little bit more. This could be a major issue for the UK because of how they did this ruling. Yeah, why switch it? You were arguing one point of just the gaming and consoles and looking at the market that way, and then you switched it to cloud gaming, and then you denied them. The movement from CMA, was not a good idea. Again, if you would have just went through and said, this is they're trying to be in a monopoly here. They are not. This is not the best interest for our countries, for gamers, and went that route. I think that that would have been a much better route, because then you would have been going on the just being a monopoly here, much better. But because it would own so many studios, and I'm not one for having all these studios underneath one roof, especially with Microsoft's history of releasing games and getting games out and developing games, also shutting down studios. So another UK entity spoke out on Tuesday from the Deliveroo founder. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Will Shrew, who characterized the CMA over this 18-month inquiry into Amazon's $500 million purchase of shares in the aforementioned platform. While the deal eventually cleared, Will stated that the process was less than pleasant. He was being treated like a criminal and had to testify in front of panels, ending with the statement that the CMA was trying to kill companies. Yeah, you do not want something like that to come out. That is devastating. Because, one, as a resource, as an employee or something like that, you don't want to be in an area where they're trying to kill the tech companies that you want to work for. That's not a good sign. If you're getting investment or whatever else, not a good sign. So you're going to lose that because they'll go to someplace else where they're going to be more flourished. So will the investment dollars. That's, yeah. As you might expect, something reached the list level as extended into the political segment. Yeah. So we are seeing a distant lack of support in high growth businesses. This is so. I'm going to have to, if you're in the UK and you have some of this information or whatever else, feel free to reach out to me. My contact info is on my YouTube page. Feel free to send an email. I want to really know a little bit more about the UK. I'm here in Wisconsin, the United States, so the UK market I'm not that familiar with. But if this is something that is propagating in more than just, a couple quotes here and Microsoft, I'd rather have a few boots on the ground, email me and get me some information. That would be a little bit better. But if this is what that's not a good sign for the UK direction. You know, Microsoft's going after them hard. I think this is them trying to keep the deal, right? If they can get if they could, let's say they get a quick reversal. Let's say the Prime Minister says the CMA has overreached their bounds. This deal is approved in the UK, and then the EU approves it. I think that was kind of like Microsoft's, hey, nudging them, let's get this fixed. But if this is also a direction the UK is taking, that is not a good direction to take, especially when you're trying to attract more tech talent. Not so much, Amazon's, investment into this platform, it doesn't seem like it was a buyout. And correct me if I'm wrong on that. I did not look into this purchase of the 500 million shares. But if you're there investing in a company, keep it afloat, or to invest so that they can, advance more or, increase what they already have, that I think that's a pretty good thing, right? If there's a tech company I'm working for and they get infused cash because of what they're doing and a company likes it, that's a good thing, I think. So I don't know. Some of you guys can fill me in on this. I would really appreciate that. But you gotta. I don't get why some of these government want to be so hard on companies for investment or whatever else. If you were to come out and have said Microsoft is getting a monopoly, I fully agree with you. I agree it should be blocked for, going through and having too big of a pie of the whole gaming market. That makes sense to me. But switching your argument from gaming in general to the way cloud gaming is, when there was signed, I think it was 2 UK carriers. I know it was for sure one, but that would also have the cloud gaming on. You also then are on NVIDIA GeForce Now, Which they know that's a cloud gaming platform. I'm not trying to argue for the Microsoft deal. Trust me, I don't. I'd rather have more gaming companies, more game developers that are developing more games so that we can play them. My friend has, and I've talked about this, all these games that games that he wish he had more games to play. So, the, I want more games to play, not more choices, more diverse, different styles of games, etc. But does Microsoft offer that? I say no, but that's me and Microsoft gaming lately. Trust me, I like some of the games. I played Halo Infinite, Age of Empires. I like those type of games that they have on there. But overall, I think it's the the overall landscape, which could be even better with more gaming companies. Let me know what your thoughts are. I can't believe what some of these people are arguing now. Microsoft getting petty. Sony and Microsoft are always petty towards governments, right? They're trying to make themselves look like the sore or the sad person that needs help. Yeah, but overall, leave your comments below. Reach out to me if you have any information about, and even if you're in different areas and want to tell me what the landscape looks like in your country for attracting tech companies. I'm really interested in that as well. But I do appreciate everything you guys do for this channel and sharing the videos, liking, subscribing, doing the bell icon. You can do super thanks too if you like. Only if you have the cash, not if you don't. I know times are tough right now, and don't go out of your way and stretch yourself at all. I like economics too, so I think that it's a tougher seas ahead. So I take care of yourself, get your family all well, because I think that's a good thing to do. But let me know your comments in the comments below, because it's getting comical, laughable, and I guess we're gonna be here for the laughs now, because I don't know which way this deal is gonna go through anymore, but I think we're in for a fun ride of companies being petty and governments being crazy and getting everybody involved in the government as well, just to do this, even to the point of maybe shaping up tech markets differently. So with that, thank you guys for watching so much. Until next time, God bless.